School Freeware's Excel 2010 Tutorials. Tutorial 4, Calculations. This tutorial will show a quick demonstration of using calculations within your Excel spreadsheet. I'll zoom in a little bit so we can see what's happening. And we'll start off with a simple calculation. Anytime you make a calculation, you start with an equal sign. 8 plus 2, and we do the calculation. I'll do equal 8 times 2 equal 8 divided by 2, which is a slash, equal 8 minus 2, equal 8 to the power of 2. Do 72 to the power of 72 and see what we get. Equal 3 to the power of 3 to the power of 2. And now let's try 72 to the power of 72 to the power of 72. And the computer can't calculate that data. If I were to forget the equal sign before I do the calculation, the computer does not perform the calculation. It just simply prints verbatim. So I need to go back and put in an equal sign, and now it'll work. Excel also works with the order of operations. For example, 5 times 2 plus 8. 5 times 2 within parentheses plus 8. 5 times, within parentheses, 2 plus 8. If I wish to add cell A1 and B1 together, I can always put in 10 plus 18. However, if I were to go ahead and change one of these numbers here, let's do 8 plus 9, that changes. However, within cell C1, this doesn't change because I put in 10 plus 18. So let's try this again. I'll try equal. And I'll click on cell A1, plus, then I'll click on cell B1, and now the computer does a calculation for me. So if I were to go ahead and change cell A1, automatically cell C1 changes based upon the changes of cell A1. I can also manually type in the calculations, A2 plus B2, and the computer automatically highlights and color codes everything for me, making it easy to read. Hit enter. And there's the calculation, equal A3 times B3. Let's do another one, equal A1 plus A2 plus A3 plus A4, equal, let's do cells that are not together, A1 plus B2 plus A7 plus A9, and there it is. Now tutorial number 2 worked with the Fibonacci sequence. We started off with a 0, a 1, and 0 plus 1 will give us 1. 1 plus 1 will give us 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. 2 plus 3 is 5. And if I were to go ahead and try to autofill, I get a bunch of garbage numbers. The computer does not calculate correctly for me. But let's go ahead and put in a calculation for the Fibonacci sequence and see if we can help the computer out. So I'll start off with a 0 and a 1. And I know that the next number here is equal to E1 plus E2. So I get my 1 there. And now all I have to do is autofill down. And here we have the correct Fibonacci sequence autofilled for us. So I'll click on cell E3 and we find here E1 plus E2 within the formula bar. E2 plus E3. E3 plus E4. E4 plus E5. So the autofill took our calculation and modified it accordingly as we filled down the column. Last thing I like to do is go into the mode where you can actually see the calculations within Excel. So hold down the Control key, Grav accent. You'll find the Grav accent above the Tab key and below the Escape key. And immediately we have all the calculations that we did within this tutorial displayed. So I'll hit the Control, Grav accent again. And we'll go back to the normal mode